All right, hey, let's play some cards. Hey, but before we do, why don't I show you a cool little card trick. Got a deck of cards just to make sure these are all shuffled up. Yeah, these look pretty shuffled to me. Well, you know what, just to make sure, let's shuffle. So we're gonna give them a good mix right here like this. Make sure they're really getting, make sure you can see they are. You can see I'm poking them in there like that. In fact, let's really make sure. Yeah, look at, they're getting good and mixed. But it doesn't really matter, because what we're going to do is we're going to take out some cards. I want to show you a card trick with just the high cards. What's a high card? Well, high cards are cards that would make a good royal flush, like a 10. I got one right there. We'll take out a 10. King would work. We need a king. We'll need the jacks and the queens. We don't need 9s or 7s or 8s or anything like that. Aces are good. It's a high card. So let's just go through. I'm going to try and find all the high cards. Ace is good. Queen, no. 3s, 5s, 8s. 3s, 9, no, those are no good. We just want high cards here. We want, oh, there's a 10, 4, we'll take, no, we don't want the 4, we want the king and the jack, and there's a queen. So if we do this right, we get all the good cards out of here. Let's see, you don't need any of those. We'll take this. If we do this right, we should end up, let's see, these being low cards. Yeah, we can get rid of those. And we're just going to work with the high cards. Let's see what we got. And again, make sure they're all mixed up. Oh yeah, they're all well shuffled. Okay. We got to make sure we have enough though. There should be, if we did this right, there should be 20 cards. Well, let's just make sure. Let's count them and make sure there's 20 cards. We'll do it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We did it. We found the 20 high cards in a shuffled deck, pulled them out. No big deal. That's pretty easy to do. But we also just mixed them up and then split them up, and I think we should split them up again. If we got 2 piles of 10, what would happen if we went like this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would leave 5 here. And what if we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here? Okay. So we took out all the high cards, shuffled the deck. They were shuffled. And then we just split them up randomly. What would be incredible is if these 5 cards gave us a royal flush, and these a royal flush. And guess what? We've got royal flushes all around in every suit. There you go. Okay, that's a real fun, easy trick to do. If you're playing cards with somebody, take this deck out, do that first, and then they won't want to play cards with you. No, it's just kind of a fun demonstration. I'm going to show you how to do this. It takes a little bit of a setup, and the setup is really easy to do. So these cards don't matter. They can be mixed up. It's a good idea if they are. What does matter are all the high cards have to be set up a certain way. They're going to be stacked, but not a traditional stack. It's a really easy one. We want to separate the clubs and the hearts, the diamonds, or the spades and the diamonds, and we're going to do it this way. Our stack works like this. Any club, the values don't matter, only the suits do. First, any club and any heart, right? And we're going to alternate the clubs and hearts back and forth like this. So we're going to go club, heart, club, heart, club, heart, club, heart, club, heart. What we do want to do, kind of make sure that they're really spread out. We don't want the aces together, the kings together, anything that makes it look fishy. We want them to be to look randomized, because they are to some degree. They're just alternating suits, which most people will never notice. They'll never have a chance to notice. Do the same thing with the spades and the diamonds. We want a spade and a diamond, a spade and a diamond, spade and a diamond. Same thing until we have all spades, diamonds, spades, diamonds, spades, diamonds. And again, looking pretty mixed up. Okay, and these go here. Now we have all these high cards that are looking really shuffled, and that's good. And we want them to go on top of the deck like this, a shuffled deck. We're ready to go. Take the cards out of the box and say, hey, let me show you a really cool demonstration. Let's make sure these cards are shuffled. And what I'm doing is I'm spreading them out, and I'm kind of focusing on this end of the deck, because these are all high cards and there's a lot of court cards. So it would look kind of funny if those were showing. So these look pretty shuffled to you. I think they are, but let's just make sure. And you do that really quick. You can also do it this way. Here, I got a deck here that I think it's pretty shuffled. Well, let's just make sure it's shuffled. And you want to shuffle them one time. It'll still work if you shuffle one time, not 2, and don't cut them. Just shuffle them. Now you can shuffle them the way that I did, which I think is a good way to do it. It's kind of like sort of an imperfect Pharaoh shuffle, right? So it doesn't have to be perfect Pharaoh. It can just be kind of these cards interweaving like this. And when you do that, that looks good. And you want to make a big deal about the shuffle because you're only going to shuffle once. You can say, let's really make sure those are getting mixed up. So you can do it that way. Or if you want to just do kind of a riffle, you can do that. Just do one, you know, or table riffle or whatever. But I like to do this one because they can see the cards are being really intertwined. And then let's just make sure. Oh yeah, these are definitely getting shuffled. So let's push them together and finish out the shuffle. This is another powerful way to show that the cards have been thoroughly randomized and mixed up. And now we're going to say, okay, let's take out the high cards. Now, because we just shuffled once and our suits are alternating the way that they are, they're going to stay in that order. So when we take them out, there's going to be spades, diamonds, and then back to clubs, hearts at the other end of the deck. So I show them the first few. I don't want them to show all of them because they might see a little bit of a pattern and they don't need to see them. I just go, I'm going to start looking for some high cards here. When we come to the first high card, it'll be, in this case, it's the 10 of diamonds. Say, okay, there's a high card, and then let's just find another one. Oh yeah, we'll want a king, and so we want the jack, and okay, a queen. And then once you have a few of them out there like that, we don't want them to see too much of a pattern, so I just start doing it this way. Okay, we'll take out the jack. We don't need the low cards. We just want the high cards. And I want to make sure to really out jog these way up high like this, because when I grab them, I don't want to accidentally grab a low card. And I also don't want to leave one out. You really do need to get all 20 of them or it won't work, right? So I'm taking out the 10s, not the 8s. There's a jack. We'll take a king. We don't want the 7, but we'll take the ace. We don't want the 6, but we'll take the queen, etc. Okay, and there's a 10. There's an ace, and that should be it. And so I do this. These are all algebra. I just grab them like this, spin them around, and turn them over. And I just to be safe, let's just make, these are all the low cards. Just a real quick glance tells me that I'm not seeing any court cards in there, so I didn't mess up. Just kind of a sanity check, you might call it. And I should have all my court cards here. We can look at those too and say, oh yeah, we got all high cards. And again, say, oh yeah, and they're really shuffled. That'd be a good thing to say. They're really shuffled up. Now we need to make sure there's 20. Oh, we should have counted them. Now I act like I'm separating them into two piles just for the sake of counting them, but that's not why I'm separating them. I'm separating them into two piles because you remember the suits are alternating. So we're actually setting up the finish. You say, let's make sure there's 20 cards here. We're actually doing this, and for the tutorial, I'm going to do them face up so you can see this exposed. When we went to go count to see if there's 20, watch what was really happening. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. What really happens is you end up having all the red cards there and all the black cards there. And their suits are now together. Right? Of course, we did that face down, so they have no idea what's going on. From their perspective, we shuffled the deck. We made sure they're shuffled. We looked at the cards shuffled. Even the high cards look shuffled. All we did was count them. And now, from their perspective, this is just a bunch of random mixed up high cards. But then let's say, hey, let's break them up into 4 piles because that's what we really want. And in this case, you don't want to alternate. You can just count them right off the top because remember, they're all together now. The hearts are together. Diamonds are together. So you can just do this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do that if you want to. Or you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can count these if you want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, yeah, we've got 20 cards. That's 4 5s. You know what that would be? That would be great if these 5 cards were a royal flush. But even better if these were too. And it'd be amazing if these were. But it'd be a miracle if we had 4 royal flushes. Super easy to do because it's already preset. So I'll recap very quickly because it doesn't take much. Again, when you set it up, you want to go clubs and hearts together. I bent the card. Clubs and hearts together. Make sure that they are, you know, they're looking like they're not shuffled. You don't want the 2 queens like that together. I think it's a good idea to spread them out a little bit, since the whole point of this is they have to look like they were really mixed up. So there's the clubs and the hearts. Spades and diamonds, like this. Spades and diamonds, like this. Doom, 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 boom, boom. And then these go here. You're ready to go. So just do a double check here. Those look pretty mixed up. Put them on top of the deck here. And now we have this. I wouldn't spread them this way, by the way, because they can see There's a lot of court cards there. And you want to make sure these are shuffled too. So you might spread them this way. Go, okay, do these cards look shuffled? Yeah, kind of. Let's just make sure they are. And then you do your shuffle. And again, you don't have to do that Pharaoh. You can do one of these. It'll still work as long as you just shuffle once. Okay, you can do it that way. And then I like to go, let's make sure, oh yeah, these are definitely getting shuffled here. Squish them together and continue your trick, right? Easy to do. If you play poker, you play cards, bring your deck ready to go and start the night with that and see if anybody really wants to play poker with you after that. Remember, magicians shouldn't gamble. Here's why. Because if you win, you're probably cheating. And if you lose, you're probably a bad magician. I haven't decided which one of those is worse.